The Journal of Oliver Tily. September 4th. What a curious girl. It's been a few weeks since I have come to this country, and there's something that I've been noticing. There's a girl I've observed in class. She's different than the other women I've met in this city. Most of the girls tend to be very tech-savvy, and use their smartphones or gossip around one another. But this girl reads or looks off into the wall. She doesn't talk to the other classmates a lot. But that isn't all. Sometimes she walks out of class with a test or exam. It opened my curiosity. I'll start talking to her. Hopefully she's a likable person. September 5th. During English class, I took a seat next to her. She appeared to be doodling something. What are you drawing?
Oh, it's the mountains. They are always so peaceful.
Do you enjoy drawing?
Somewhat. I personally prefer to be there with a camera. If I could, I would go to the Grand Canyon or New Zealand. Oh no. Have I said something wrong? I'm sorry.
No, she'll be right. I was just laughing because that's where I'm from, New Zealand.
Oh. Oh. I was wondering where the accent came from. You must be Oliver then.
And you must be Anne.
I am. It's nice to meet you, Oliver. I have a good feeling about this.
September 15th. We started to get to know one another. For the past couple of days, we had been eating lunch. The way she speaks about her dreams of traveling is captivating. One day, we were eating at the outside pavilion. I was eating hot chips with chicken breasts and a side of biscuits. Anne was eating what seemed to be breaded cheese. What are you eating?
I'm eating mozzarella sticks. Would you like to try?
Of course. Would you like some chips?
Chips? French fries! Yes, please. So, what do you think?
It's actually delicious. I would try it again.
I'm glad. Oliver, can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
What's New Zealand like? Is something wrong?
No, it's the first time anyone really asked me that question. People usually ask me if I was single.
Was it awkward?
Yeah, it was. Now let's see. Have you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Mm-hmm.
It's green. There are a lot of hills and the scenery is lovely. It's quite peaceful in my opinion.
It's beautiful. Oh, time to go to Miss Anya's A&P class.
We were walking to class when a blaring alarm went off.
Eek!
Anne screamed, covering her ears. She walked to the nearest exit with an uncomfortable look on her face. I followed her, concerned. As soon as we were outside, she sat away from everyone else. Is she sensitive to loud noises? I checked to make sure she was okay. Anne?
What was that?
Shh. It's okay. It was a fire drill.
So, no fire?
Not at all.
Thanks. calm me down.
October 1st. Homecoming is coming in a week. A few days after the last entry, I was struggling with my algebra class. We were learning how to input equations into a graph. I always used the XY input, however, it looked like a lot of work. During lunch, I was trying to figure it out when Anne came over.
Is that Mr. Klein's homework?
Yes, but I can't seem to figure out this problem.
Graph y equals negative 3x. It's a negative slope. You don't have to change the y-intercept. The change you need to make is the slope. If you turn negative 3 into a fraction, you will have negative 3 out of 1. So for the next point, you move down to negative 3 and move to the right where 1 is. From 0, 0 to 1, negative 3.
You lost me.
Oops. I got carried away. Hey, tell you what. How about I tutor you?
Really? You would do that?
Of course. I always had this fascination with math, especially patterns. I notice a pattern when it comes to graphing, because the direction can't change without an explanation. Let me teach you.
And so she helps me study. I struggled at first, but after listening to Anne's tips, I started to get better at this.
Okay. Try this one.
The y-axis begins 4 numbers below. The next point is 4 down and 3 to the right. Is the equation y equals negative 4 over 3x minus 4?
Bingo.
I'll never forget the expression she made when I showed her my test grade. An A. 90.9%. Back to the present. I've seen Homecoming in American television shows, but I have never gotten to experience it. The first thing I noticed when I entered the classroom was a teddy bear with a note. I picked the note up, reading the contents. Will you go on an enchanted adventure with me, Prince Oliver? Oh, Anne! I see that grin on your face. Did you write this note?
I always wanted to go to the dance. What I'm saying is, will you come?
It would be an honor, Princess Anne. Homecoming night, October 8th. What a night to remember. My family took me to Anne's house so I could pick her up. I was wearing a nice suit, but as for Anne, she was breathtaking. She was wearing a long blue dress. Her hair had a dramatic makeover. Her median raven hair was now a wavy bob. Wow. You're beautiful, Anne.
Thank you.
We spent the trip expressing our excitement. Anne was more nervous than I was. I reassured her that everything was going to be all right. We arrived at the dance, which was specifically in the cafeteria. As we entered, we were met by loud music. Anne started to cover her ears, but changed her mind.
Come on, Oliver. Let's dance.
We danced to modern and classic hits. The music may not have been my favorite, but it still made our night a pleasurable experience. At almost an hour in, we walked outside to look at the stars. The stars were magnificent at the dark sky. Anne? Is everything alright?
Thank you, Oliver.
You're welcome? What's with the hug?
You were accepting around me. You spoke to me. You went to the dance with me. You became my close friend.
Of course you're my friend. You're compassionate, smart, unique.
You do see me as a friend? I don't see myself that way.
How so?
All my life, I was homeschooled. My parents were worried that I wouldn't be able to fit in to school due to my disability. I have asperger, you see, so I have trouble talking to others.
Huh?
I have behavior problems, so I react differently than average people.
Oh, like the fire drill.
Yeah. Anyway, last year I finally convinced my parents to give me a chance to go to Huntington High School.
Was it scary for you?
Yeah, it was. Oh gosh, there were so many people that I didn't know what to do. But then you talked to me and you helped me open up. Of course, I still have work to do to find myself, but
Hey now, don't worry, Anne. You'll be able to find what you're looking for.
how?
Just be yourself. I know it's going to be hard on your first year. However, don't be afraid to open up to people you're comfortable with.
Thank you, Oliver. I'll definitely work on that.
Princess Anne, shall we dance?
We shall.
I led her back to the dance. It was a classic slow song. While the couples were dancing, Anne hugged me and moved me along to the beat. Her breath was shaking. I guess she was nervous. I hummed along to the music ever so softly so she could be comfortable. She finally looked right at me, her smile starting to grow. I returned the smile, feeling happy, appreciated, kind? No, it was a different feeling. I'm not sure what it was, but I felt warm. The slow dance finished. It was the end of a special song, but not the end of a special bond. A special connection between me and Anne.